Hey, welcome back. Bet you were never expecting another upload from this channel. And honestly, I wasn't either. But welcome back to another fireside chat with Jake. Roll the intro music.
Shut the fuck up for just a second and let me talk.
Hello, and welcome back to the Spilt Tea podcast. You can see change of scenery, change of person, change of adios mi amigo. And then the quality, I guess, I don't know, it might be different, might not be. If you're watching this, it's only on YouTube because we stopped doing the podcast, so I stopped paying to have it hosted on other platforms. Also, I know you're probably wondering, where are all the episodes? What happened? Why is nothing on YouTube anymore or any other streaming services? Well, due to legal reasons, they had to be taken down. They're not gone forever. Once those legal reasons are hopefully figured out, they will be brought back on. But along with that, welcome. Today is January 16th, 2026. Last time that we did a podcast was June 2nd of 2024. So about a year and a half ago, roughly-ish. And oh my God, has shit changed. During that last podcast was the one with my sister Taylor and her boyfriend Zach. She was pregnant. The news for that was Donald Trump was just indicted of this 34 felonies, whatever those were. I don't know. But now, holy shit, she had her kid, and Delra June, cutest little fucking baby ever. I'll tell you what. She is now over a year old. That's how long it's been. And believe it or not, Zach had his own kid as well. News-wise, Donald Trump became our 47th president, whatever it is. It's his second term. And holy hell. He's only been our president for 1 year, but it feels like a fucking lifetime. I'm not going to lie. We invaded Venezuela and kidnapped their president. We are close to being at war with Greenland for some reason. I don't know why. France and Germany have sent troops over to Greenland and said that they are backing them along with NATO. And Trump is trying to fight NATO for whatever the fuck that even means. ICE agents are everywhere in this country, and specifically right now they are in Minnesota. Crazy amount, and this down in the cities, St. Paul and Minneapolis. And I don't want to get political. I don't want to get into that at this moment. Maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe this will become a political podcast. It has no direction because I've been gone for fucking 2 years, and I'm by myself now, as you can see. There's just been so much going on, and so much that you guys have missed, so much that I have to tell you about, which I'm going to space and forget everything that I say anyways. Yeah, just everything going on in the world, it kind of sucks. I think a lot of people are getting burnt out, and a lot of people just everywhere, here, Europe, Canada, everyone's just kind of getting sick of it. Since I've been gone, I have had 3 haircuts, as you can tell. My hair, I decided that I'm going to grow it out and wait till I get really sick of it, and then I'll shave it off. But it's been over a year since I've had a haircut. It's the longest that it's ever been, for sure. And I'm kind of fucking with it. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like it. I visited 5 different states. Most recently, Carly and we went to Hawaii for 4 months, September to the end of December. And how that came about was we were here working at the bar and everything. Oh, I moved, by the way. I forgot to tell you guys that. I moved in with my sister and her now fiance, Taylor and Zach. Wow. I'm kind of all over the place. Welcome to the fireside chat. Honestly, like, there's been so much that has happened and so much that, like, is just shooting up to my head right at this moment. And I hope that you guys can follow along and maybe enjoy it a little bit. Honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of just having a fun time just sitting here talking with with you guys. It's kind of nice. I like it. Also, sorry, the video quality might be a little iffy. I changed some things, so it looks a little bit better than what it did when I tested it out just a little bit ago. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad here. I'm still trying to figure all that out. I moved in with my sister and her fiance. I've been living here since I've been gone. Zach, he has his own family now. He has his own house. He has a kid. He actually has two kids, but he gave birth, him personally, with his body, gave birth to a beautiful baby girl. And it's just crazy. Think back about, what that kid was like in the other episodes and how I don't know. It's just crazy to think that he has a kid now. I'm very happy for him and his family. And a lot of things are happening. My little sister, she just got married beginning of this year on the 3rd. Congrats to her and Tucker. She's pregnant. She's going to be having a kid this year. Taylor had a kid this year. Am I going to have a kid this year? No. I am not. But it's just a lot of, even though everything in the world kind of is shitty right now and it sucks, there's still some great things going on. And I'm really happy to just be part of the family that I'm part of and have the people in my life that I have. Anyways, back to Hawaii. Carly and I were sitting here working at the bar and she was like, "Oh, I want to run a marathon." And I was like, "Oh, great. Yeah, that's awesome." So she'd been training. And then she was like, "The marathon I want to run is in Honolulu in Hawaii because there's no qualifying, there's no cutoff time, and it's just a great time. Anyone can do it." And so we were looking and we're like, it's expensive flying there, getting a hotel or an Airbnb for the weekend or whatever that we would be there. And we were like, I don't know if we can really justify spending that money along with, the money to run the marathon. And then me, jokingly, I said, "Oh, why don't we just move there, live there for a couple months and then we're already there and you can run the marathon." And we kind of laughed about it for a second. And then next thing I knew, she was sending me Airbnbs that we could stay in for months at a time. And that's what we ended up doing. We got an Airbnb for 4 months and we flew there. We lived there and then we got jobs and worked and experienced the Hawaiian life. And it's amazing. I love it. The culture is great. People are so nice. It is absolutely beautiful there. And it was hot at first, but I got used to the heat pretty quick. I did get homesick. I'm not gonna lie. It was my first time that I missed like the first snowfall here in Minnesota, and that kind of sucked. But all in all, it was a great opportunity and it was a great experience, and very grateful that we were able to do it. So now we're back home, and she's already looking on to the next adventure. Oh man. So I really wanted to. I've been thinking about bringing this podcast back for like a while, but it just didn't feel right doing it without Zach. And he was my co-host, and he was the one that I could always turn to whenever I didn't know what to say. He could carry the conversation on. But last night I was laying in bed and I was just thinking of setting all this up and if it would work, because I'm not using my MacBook like I usually did in the past. I just have my audio connected right into my computer, my PC. And so I was like, I don't even know if that would work. And then with the syncing it up with the audio in the video. And so I just kind of like threw it all together and tested it out. I'm like, oh my God, it does work. That's awesome. And my room is such a mess from like finding cords, rearranging things, setting things up, moving lights, all of that stuff. And I was like, well, I already have everything set up, so I kind of need to do it now. But like I said, I've been wanting to for a while, and I just didn't know how it would feel. I didn't know how I feel about, doing these one-on-ones, a fireside chat. But to be honest, the first one is like the most viewed episode of the previous episodes. And I don't know why. So I don't know. Maybe every couple weeks or so, like I can get just like a guest on and just have a conversation with them. So I think maybe we do that. It's probably for sure not going to be a weekly upload thing like it was before, just because I don't really have I don't do a whole lot anymore. Maybe it turns into something great. Maybe it turns into something that I actually do enjoy. It's kind of my own therapy if you think about it. I'm literally just sitting down in my room talking to myself, and it feels nice. Maybe questions, comments, concerns, anything? You got anything? Anyone out there that's watching these? Maybe if you do watch these, maybe we'll have a section where you email me some questions or comments or anything that you have, and then we can go over them in the podcast. We can do it like once an episode, like a little section, or maybe like every 3 episodes or something like that. I don't know. I'll I'll leave the email on the screen here and down in the description. And I don't know, honestly, I'm kind of grasping here. Carly and I had an idea of doing a podcast together. Um, it's been in the works for like a year now. But when I say in the works, we talked about it for like 2 weeks and planned it out and then haven't touched it since. But I would really like to do that. And this is kind of the area that we were thinking of doing it. Because we thought this is a cute little area, nice and cozy. And we could, I don't know, make that like a thing that we do. And that'd be really cool. If we ever do get far enough to, record episodes and stuff, I will for sure be shouting that out. So look out for that. Keep an eye out on there. I don't know how long we've been going. I don't know how long I want this to be. I guess a couple updates with me. I've been thinking about pursuing tattooing. I've given a handful of tattoos out in the past year and a half, 2 years. And honestly, I think they're just getting a little bit better and better. Go follow my tattoo page on Instagram and give me some shout out and some love. And if you want a tattoo, let me know. Maybe we can hook something up. I've been dabbling around with my camera, taking pictures. I have so much inspiration to do certain things, and then like I drive for it and I do all this research and I want to do it like so bad, and I do it for like a week or two, and then I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I get bored of it or if I realize that like I'm wasting my time doing this. Why am I doing it? And then I forget about it or stop doing it, and then I find another interest. And it's just kind of a big cycle. And I think there's a scientific word or explanation for why people are like that, because I know I'm not the only one who does stuff like that. But I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, to be honest with you. All right. Well, I'm grasping for things to talk about at this moment. So I kind of just rambled through everything that I was thinking earlier. And I guess now this is kind of just me saying, welcome. The podcast is back. And I'm gonna actually have topics to sit here and talk about and nitpick my brain at it by myself. Remember earlier when I said this felt like therapy? Now it makes me feel like I'm actually just crazy because I'm just sitting here talking out loud to myself. Anyways, the podcast is back. We're gonna have topics. I'm gonna actually talk about things. Maybe we'll have some guests. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how far along I get this time. Episode number 11. Welcome and thank you. And that's all, folks. Doot doodaloo doot.